up sa inyo mga idiots? Kamusta kayo dyan?
So, ngayon, ano pang gawin natin ngayon, Mons?
Ano nga bang gagawin natin ngayon, honey? Ikaw lang naman lagi nakakaisip ng kung ano ang gagawin.
Mag-reaction video tayo ngayon.
Yung nakaraan challenge, yung reaction video. Ano naman nire-react natin? Ang mga nire-react naman, napapanood ko yung sa mga sumisikat na video, ganyan. Nire-react ng ibang bansa.
Sa atin naman, tungkol sa controversials.
Controversials na ano?
Sa science.
Malawak pa rin yung sinasabi mo. Itong controversial sa ano? Science, sa ano?
Sa inventions.
Inventions? So, ibig mong sabihin, ito yung mga debate, ganun ba?
Hindi.
Ano to?
Tungkol sa mga maling pag-credit.
Pag-debit? Pag-credit?
Pag-credit.
Pag-credit. Ng ano naman, ng mga
Yung mga
invention.
inventions. Pwedeng yung telescope. Hindi pala siya yung...
Ang alam ko dun si ano, Galileo gumawa nun.
Mali mo, hindi siya. Kaya mag-reaction video tayo.
Oh, okay.
Malalaman natin yun. Kaya guys, watch out for this one.
Okay guys. So ayun guys, mag-start na tayo sa reaction video na naisip na naman ito. So ang reaction natin video is
10 famous stolen inventions.
Okay, let's start.
10 famous inventions stolen from other people. 10. The telephone. Alexander Graham Bell is largely credited for inventing the telephone after he secured the patent in 1876. But in 2002, the US Congress declared that the real inventor was actually the poor Italian inventor Antonio Meucci. 16 years before Bell's patent, Meucci had successfully demonstrated his teletrafono for the Italian-American press in New York. Meucci sent his invention to the Western Union Telegraph Company in 1872 in an attempt to bring his telephone to market. But when no action was taken and he asked for his prototype back 2 years later, Western Union claimed to have lost it. Bell, who had shared a laboratory with Meucci, filed a patent for a telephone and made a lucrative deal with Western Union. Meucci sued Bell for fraud and appeared to be winning the case, but then he died, bringing an end to court proceedings.
Namatay din siya, kawawa naman.
Nakakalungkot.
So, pansin mo dun, honey, bago malaman mo sino talaga yung totoo na nag-invent, from 1886 to 1986, 1886 nag-start. Doon na pinaniwalaan hanggang sa 2002 lang napatunayan kung sino talaga yung totoong inventor. So up until now, possible na may mga inventors na famous din. Pero hindi pa natin alam.
Marami pang taong hindi nakakalam nito.
Tuloyin natin.
9. Radio. Guglielmo Marconi won the Nobel Prize for his pioneering work on long-distance radio transmissions. However, he did so by infringing on numerous patents held by inventor Nikola Tesla. In England, Marconi used Tesla's technology to demonstrate long-distance radio transmissions. Over the following 3 years, Marconi applied for radio patents in America, but was repeatedly rejected as they were too similar to more than 17 that were already held by Tesla. However, as Marconi continued to improve his demonstrations, he received financial backing from powerful investors in the United States. And in 1904, the US Patent Office reversed their previous decision and gave Marconi a patent for the invention of radio. It was not until 1943, a few months after Tesla's death, that the Supreme Court ruled to uphold Tesla's radio patent.
So ayun, honey, ano napansin mo sa video? Na ginamit yung so may una, di ba? Yung si Tesla una. Tapos biglang ginamit lang ni anong name niya?
Marconi.
Si Marconi. Ginamit niya lang yung kay Tesla para mag-testing ng iba't ibang ano niya. Iba niya pang mga machineries or mga kagamitan. Pero sa kanya rin sa dulo na
punta.
Na credit. Pero bago nga mamatay si or yung death ni Tesla. Dapat nabalik ulit sa kanya. Nice. Continue tayo.
8. Lasers. Gordon Gould is widely credited for the invention of the laser, but it took a 30-year patent war for him to secure this title. As a graduate student at Columbia University, Gould discussed his idea of how to build a laser with physics professor Charles H. Towns. Coining the term laser, Gould wrote down his idea in a notebook, which he legally protected. Meanwhile, 2 years later in 1959, Townes successfully patented the laser, leading to Gould suing. Gould was locked in legal battles for 30 years, securing and defending laser patents. But in 1988, he finally won his last court battle and was able to receive royalties from anyone making lasers, a settlement worth millions.
So isa pa yun, Hani, kagaya ng sinabi ko
Lasers.
kanina. Di ba, tingnan mo kung gaano katagal
Katagal.
ng proseso, di ba? Bago mapatunayan ko sa yung totoo. Kasi mahalaga talagang malaman yun. Kasi hindi basta-basta yun. Kasi ang invention, unique yan.
Pinag-isipan.
Kaysa sa innovation. Kasi pag invention, wala pang nakakagawa. Pag innovation, from a something, i-improve mo lang.
Improve lang.
So, kailangan talaga malaman kung sino yung
Pero ang maganda naman dito, parang nababalik.
napupunta sa kanila,
Oo.
pero matagal ng proseso.
Ayun.
Continue tayo.
7. Anyway Up Cup. Amateur inventor Mandy Haberman came up with a new type of cup with a slit valve that prevented spills after seeing a toddler pour juice over a carpet. Haberman patented the valve and showed her cup to big brands in an attempt to sell her product to them. After seeing her invention, children's company Jackal International stole the invention and bought out her cup under the global Tommy Tippy brand. Haberman was forced to take the manufacturing giant Jackal International to court and sue for patent infringement. She eventually won the case, including damages, and is now selling 10 million Anyway Up cups a year.
Good thing kasi nabawi niya yung kanina.
Nabawi niya.
Kasi kahit ginamitan siya ng pera, di ba? Para mabili yung ano. Pero at the end of the day, ang nangyari pa rin, bumalik sa kanya kasi siya talaga bumalik. Nice.
6. The telescope.
Ang favorite.
The telescope was Galileo's most famous invention, even though he didn't actually invent it. The first
Hindi pala siya nag-invent. Akala ko.
person to apply for a patent for the telescope was Dutch eyeglass maker Hans Lippershey in 1608. But the patent was never granted, as the invention was deemed too easy to reproduce. A year later, news of the Dutch perspective glasses had spread to Italy, leading to Galileo engineering his own copy. He improved the magnification of Lippershey's version and was the first to methodically plot the movement of Venus. And he disproved the dominant theory at the time that the Earth was at the centre of the universe.
So sa tingin mo, sino ang tunay?
Di sleepers.
Pero sa akin, para sa akin si Galileo.
Galileo pa rin.
Kasi,
Bakit?
Kasi masasabi mo lang na ikaw ang nag-invent. Siguro malalaman lang pag ang invention is naging successful and distinct from the others. Eh kung isipin mo yun sa model niya, madaling gayahin, madaling i-reproduce. So sa tingin ko, siya man yung nag-invent, pero yung kay Galileo, kakaiba kasi. Na may sarili siya and unique pattern na nakapag-prove, naging successful kasi naman yung pag-ikot ng Mars, diba? Na yun siya nakapatuloy.
5. Quick release socket wrench. Peter Roberts was 18 years old and working at department store Sears when he invented and patented the quick release socket wrench. Sears bought the patent from Roberts for just $10,000, telling him that his invention wouldn't sell well. It wasn't until Roberts saw his wrench in a Sears catalogue he learned that his invention was an enormous success and that Sears had sold 26 million of his wrenches for a profit of $44 million within just a year. Roberts spent 25 years locked in legal battles with Sears, suing them for cheating him out of his rightful royalties. He eventually settled for $8.2 million.
So,
Ano yun, pumayag siya?
Oo.
Sa dulo? Binigyan lang siya ng 8.2 million?
Parang ganun yung pagkakaintindi. Na parang, kasi ang una, parang yung invention niya, parang hindi successful.
Bebenta.
So parang, para lang magkaroon. Kasi sabi ng expert, ganito ganyan, hindi maging successful. So, pumayag na siyang bilhin. Pero, nung nangyari is,
Mas
hindi
mabenta
mabenta.
pala. Ouch, ang sakit.
So, sa mga inventors dyan,
Ingat.
magano kayo, feel ko lang sana, hindi naniwala agad sa isang ng opinion lang. Dapat
Totoo.
maging proud ka sa ang ginawa mo talaga. Without,
Maging confident.
na hindi mo, i-disregard mo yung mga sinasabi ng tao. Though, kailangan mo naman talaga yun, pero hindi lang sa isang beses.
Pati kung passion mo talaga yun, kung ginamitan mo naman talaga ng passion mo yung paggawa mo nun, maniwala ka dun sa invention.
Nice.
4. Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Charles Darrow became the first game designer to become a millionaire when he sold the board game Monopoly to toy company the Parker Brothers in 1935. But in reality, the famous board game was patented in 1904 by Lizzie Magie under the title The Landlord's Game. Versions of her game were played for 30 years before Darrow took his own version to the Parker Brothers. The Parker Brothers paid Magie just $500 to buy the patent to The Landlord's Game, while Darrow went on to be hailed as an American innovator.
So, ganun yung nangyari, ani. Binenta rin sa maliit lang, pero in-improve naman. So, sa tingin ko, wala namang problema din. Kasi ang nangyari, binili naman ng maayos. Pero, kasi yung sa kanina, diba? Binili. Tapos, hindi na in-improve, parang ginamit na lang bigla kasi nakita niya ng potential. Pero ito naman Monopoly, Landlord's Game nung una. Pero in-improve. Tapos naging, kaya sabi, naging great innovator siya ng America. Nice.
3.
So, number 2.
Intermittent windshield wipers. Robert Kearns lost his job, marriage and even his mental health when his invention was stolen by the big three automakers. His mechanism allowed windshield wipers to pause in between swipes. Kearns showed his invention to Ford, General Motors and Chrysler in an unsuccessful attempt to license his new technology with them. But despite having more than 30 patents for his invention, all three car manufacturers began to install his mechanism into their cars without his knowledge. Kearns spent 20 years battling car makers in court for patent infringement, eventually winning tens of millions of dollars from Ford and Chrysler. However, he was unable to reclaim his invention, which by this point had been adopted by car manufacturers the world over.
Parang
Nanakaw din.
Parang pinatry niya pinatest niya dun sa Ford, tapos sa iba pang mga malalaking kumpanya ng cars. And despite na meron siyang over 30 patents na
Nakuha pa.
ginamit pa rin yung invention niya without his knowledge. So, hindi mo talaga maano yun. Parang, ang hirap nun kasi, ang nangyari nga sa dulo, nanalo siya ng
Case.
maybe $10 million, pero hindi niya na nakuha yung
invention
niya kasi nga, nagamit na throughout the world. So, yun. Ginamit yung invention niya without his knowledge. So, patent infringement. Number 2.
2. Brown paper bag machine. Margaret Knight was one of the most famous female inventors of the 19th century and one of the first to secure a patent. While working in a paper bag plant, Knight had the revolutionary idea that paper bags would pack more if they had a flat bottom. So she set about creating a machine to automatically produce them. Initially, she created a working wooden model of her invention, but while developing her metal prototype, machinist Charles Annan stole Knight's design and patented the device himself. Knight sued and was ultimately able to prove that she was the real inventor. Her machine had a huge impact on the paper industry, and the principles behind it are still used to this day.
So, ayun, ang nangyari naman, ganun din. Parang ginagamit lang. Tapos, parang in-install nga.
Inunahan sa patent.
Oo, kasi nga wala pang patent. So, matalino din yun matalino din. Pero napatunayan din kasi nga sa court. Buti naman, napatunayan talaga.
Tsaka meron palang machine na nagawa pala ng brown paper.
Parang akala ko, parang tinutupi.
Oo nga, tinutupi. May machine na pala.
Tsaka, dati pala siguro, hindi nga, hindi siya flat yung nasa ilalim. Talino rin tong babaeng to
Last one.
So last one, ano kaya ito? Ano sa tingin mo, honey? Ano ito?
Hindi ko alam eh.
Kasi yung una, yung penguin telescope yung una eh. Pero nag-ano siya kanina. Ano ba?
Light bulb.
Tingnan na. Napalaw mo na yata ito.
Hindi pa.
Sigurado ka, parang nadaya mo ako Okay.
1. Light bulb. Thomas Edison was a prolific inventor and particularly famous for inventing a light bulb suitable for indoor use. To do this, Edison attempted to improve on British inventor Joseph Swan's version of the light bulb. He secured an American patent for his improvements, and to sell the bulbs, he began a marketing campaign. which stated that he was the real inventor. However, in England, Swan had already improved the light bulb a year earlier. To avoid a possible court battle with Swan, Edison reached out and formed a joint light bulb manufacturing company to release the invention in Britain. Swan allowed Edison to sell the bulbs in America and retain his reputation as the inventor of the light bulb that we still use today.
Kakagulat naman yan. Ayun ang pinaka nakakagulat. Kasi kahit nung kinder pa ako, tinuro sa amin inventor ng light bulb, Thomas Edison.
Ako hindi ko alam. Nalaman ko lang yun. Ito lang talaga. Pero parang basic knowledge mo is Thomas Edison.
Oo.
Pero ang galing, ang talino niya. Kasi nakipag-partner siya imbes na i-demanda, ganun.
Parang naman hindi siya i-demanda ni Swan.
Oo, nag-join silang dalawa na which is nagbe-benefit silang dalawa. And eto naman si Swan, rin mabait. Kasi inayaan niyang maging pagkakakilanlan ni Thomas Edison is inventor pa rin. Despite of a year before na-improve ni Edison yun, nagawa niya ni Swan. So magagaling tong mga to. So ayun mga ka-idiots, tapos na yung reaction video namin.
Sobrang marami kayong matututunan.
Ako, ang natutunan ko din, Honey, is up until now pala, dapat hindi ka lang basta tanggap-tanggap ng information na ito yung paniniwalaan dati pa, ganyan. You have to question it. You need to have a skeptical mindset na kung anong binigay siyang information, ay oo, ito pala si ganyan, mag-judge ka na agad. So, sa sinasabi kong yun, dapat kailangan natin questionin lagi, or hindi naman, parang masama naman yung questionin, parang we have to make sure na tama yung information na binibigay sa atin. Kagaya nung sa unang-una, yung invention of the telephone, isipin mo, 1888 pa lang, ayun yung pininiwalaan nila na siya yung nag-invent, pero 2002, bago napatunayan kung sino ba talaga. So ikaw, ano mo?
Ang natutunan ko naman, yung patent, sobrang napaka-strong na tool para gawin ang masama, syempre mabuti din. So, dun nga sa masama, dun nga nakita natin sa invention na inunahan niya ninakaw niya yung design, tas inunahan niya sa patent.
Oo.
So, ayun, makita natin na napaka-importante pala talaga ng patent.
Yung sa naman, ginamit niya naman yung patent para mapatunayan kanya talaga yun.
Ayun yung good side.
So, ayun lang guys, sana natutunan nyo. May natutunan kayo sa video na to.
Kasi marami kaming natutunan.
Oo, para... Ayun lang guys.
Thanks for watching.
Salamat sa mga supporters namin dyan. Baka naman.
Thank you sa nagbigay ng idea nito.
Shoutout sa mga backstab session dyan, sa 147, 148. Kamusta kayong lahat? Kay Ma'am Chanel, alam ko papanoorin ito ni Ma'am Chanel.
Hi Ma'am Chanel!
Hi Ma'am Chanel, kamusta ka dyan?
And thank you din syempre sa aking partner, si Nols.
And sa partner ko rin si Honey.
At
syempre dito, kahit na
si Paul.
Miss ka namin, Paul. Alam namin, masaya ka kung nasaan ka man. We love you so much, Paul. Ingat ka lang dyan. So, ayun lang guys. What's up sa inyo mga idiots?
So,
hanggang dito na lang. Hanggang sa muli.
bye!
Yes! Tapos na tayo!